Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, everybody. This is a YouTube video and it's gonna be really good, so you better watch it and you better enjoy it, or I'm gonna get really upset and frustrated and I'm gonna bonk you on the head with the frying pan and I'm gonna leave your decomposing body in the sewers. And you know what? If you didn't enjoy the video, you deserved it, so you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Yeah. Okay, so this video is going to be basically a Q&A type video, and I'm just going to be answering a couple of videos that were sent to me by the good folks over at the Instagram. Okay, so somebody asks, how'd you come up with your OCs? So essentially, like all my OCs, or at least the ones that are like notable enough to have a fully fleshed out character design, are all from like uh, a possible webcomic series that I haven't fully fleshed out yet, but kind of, I don't know, the bare minimum for like a webcomic plot is like stuck inside of my head. Somebody asks, what are your favorite things to draw? I don't know, I have like a weird obsession with drawing like decrepit little creatures and like things that look like they could just topple over because they look like really weak and scrawny, or like, I don't know, like they look like a piece of lard, like grew consciousness and started like wobbling around. I love drawing those little creatures, and I like drawing, I don't know, like wrinkly people. Um, yeah, just creating characters designs is probably the most fun I have while drawing. Okay, so somebody asked me where did I get like inspiration for the outfits that I put on my OCs. Absolutely every idea that I've ever had, or like any idea that it has expressed like even the slightest bit of creativity, has been from like this one event. So one time I went to a laundromat and I saw this arcade machine like in the corner of the laundromat, and a couple of kids were playing, and I just like shoved them to the side and like spit on them when they were on the floor, and I was like, it's my turn to play loser. And I went to the arcade machine and I realized that like there's this weird substance on the joystick, so like I gave it a little lick, and like in a couple of minutes I was seeing like visual hallucinations. Like there's an aurora borealis like flowing in front of me, and it was incredible. It was like the best experience I've ever had in my life, and I just heard like these whispers of like song names and concepts for like short films, and uh essentially absolutely everything that I've created has been um has originated has that was the day of conception for absolutely everything I've ever done and everything I've ever said. Somebody asks, do I have any other hobbies besides drawing? Yeah, I have a couple of other hobbies. I like making short films. That's a really cool way to spend your time. And like I make music occasionally, but it's not like really all that good. It just sounds like uh I don't know, like an old delusional man like rambling, and like the instrumentals are like genuinely unlistenable. I have a long way to go before like my music stops giving people like tinnitus. So yeah, I need to work on my music production skills, but I'm really interested in trying to do that. And beep 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 beep. Boop boop ba beep bop dee beep. Somebody asks, how long have you been drawing and what inspired your art style? So I think like a huge part of like what inspired my art style would be I would go to the library very often as a kid, as like a little tiny boy. I would waddle over to the library, pick myself out some like horror mangas and stuff. And like even recently, I've like fallen in love with a bunch of different horror mangas and I don't know, just graphic novels in general. I'll give you a short list and like just a short synopsis and review of some of them. So Gaio by Junji Ito was really inspirational. The style is really intricate, and like the line art is really interesting and like grotesque, and everything, all the creatures that all the creatures and like the body horror that Junji Ito does is like really inspirational. I love his stuff. But Gaio in particular, I think functioned really well as a thriller horror. It was good. I liked it. Um, Scott Pilgrim is like a comfort comic. It's essentially your yeah, it has all the essentials of just like a cute little indie comic with like a terrible protagonist, and character design is like beautiful. It's just wacky and wonderful. That entire little universe that Brian Lee O'Malley made. I appreciate that series quite a bit. Parasite. It's another. I'm not too sure the author or the illustrator, but it's another horror manga, and yeah, I love the style. Is really cool. The penmanship, top notch. There's no slacking going on in that manga as far as style goes. The writing is really interesting. I like to see like the digression. Is that a word? The de the the. I'm just gonna pretend like it's a word and bear with me here. But like the digression of a character, like trying to fight, like essentially this parasite that's slowly making them lose all sense of like human empathy. Saga is like an incredibly written like family drama, and like it's like Saga is like the best interdimensional family drama that's ever been created. It's like Shameless if it was set in the in the stars. Somebody asks what's my favorite Breaking Bad character. I would say my favorite Breaking Bad character is Walt, just because of like, again, I like seeing his digression into like a completely selfish and like shell of a human being that just has no empathy. Uh, yeah, he's like incredibly manipulative and conniving at the very end of the tail end of the show, and I think they did it really properly. Um, yeah, I like his bald little head. I want to like smooch it and give him a good old rub. Next question. Somebody asks, what are my 5 top favorite animes? Okay, settle down, I'll tell you, hold your horses. Well, I don't know if I could muster up 5, but I'll tell you like some that are the most impactful for me as far as like they're solid writing, dialogue, characters, and style. Mob Psycho, definitely one of my favorites. It has like an incredibly unique style. The fight sequences are animated to like, wow, like it's just incredibly impressive that this show has been created. It's like the utilization of multimedia in this show is like top notch. You feel me? You dig? It's cute, it's nice, it's sweet, it's it's pleasant, it's plump, it's pretty, it's 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 penis, honestly. Um, okay. Somebody asks, what's the best kind of monkey? The type of monkey that can fool around, if you know what I mean. Orangutans are good. They fool around quite a bit. Somebody asks, what do you do if you found out you were blamed for a murder you may or may not have committed? Okay, this is a really funny story, but like, um, I have been interrogated several times for murders that I did not commit. Like, I had absolutely nothing to do with it. Like, as far as like, um, as far as evidence goes, there's absolutely nothing incriminating about the stuff they have on me. Like, I think it's kind of petty when like people bring up like fingerprints and like DNA and blood stains on my clothes. It's like it's just incredibly petty and unprofessional to bring that stuff up. It's like that's just from my past. And yeah, well, I hope everybody has a good day after watching this. I hope this brightened up your day a little bit maybe. Who knows? Who's to say? And what else can I say? I'll give you a little summary of what I plan on doing with this account. It's just going to be a bunch of like, I think at least I want it to just be a bunch of different little animatics, maybe short animations, short films, and a bunch of like lost media. I want to publish it on this account. and music videos that I make. But yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do with this account. So yeah, like, subscribe and hit that bell notification, and if you don't, I don't care. You can smell my underwear. Peace out, everybody, and goodbye.